I want to also make it clear that I will not lead the party in any future general election campaign. I will discuss with our party to ensure there is a process now of reflection on this result and on the policies that the party will take going forward. And I will lead the party during that period to ensure that discussion takes place and we move on into the future. Because I'm very proud of the trust that our 500,000 members put in me to lead this party, and I'm very proud of the way that we fought this election campaign. We did not descend into the gutter. We did not undertake personal abuse. We undertook the task of getting a message of hope and justice to every part of this country. And I'm very grateful to the Labour Party in Islington North for being very tolerant of the fact that I didn't spend as much time in this election campaign in Islington as obviously I would want to do, because I've been travelling around the whole country to ensure that Labour message is put there. But I want to say this. I will remain the MP for Islington North, and I'm proud to represent the people of Islington North, and I'm proud in Parliament and outside that we will forever continue the cause for socialism, for social justice, and for a society based on the needs of all rather than the greed of a few. That is what makes our party what it is, and I'm very proud of the achievements of our party in the development of its manifesto and its ideas. And I tell you what, those ideas and those principles are eternal, and they will be there for all time. I thank the people of Islington North once again for putting their faith and trust in me. I will work, as I always have, to represent and defend the people of my constituency, because they're very special and I owe them so much, and they have all taught me so much. Thank you very much.
We've just heard from the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, who has announced that he won't lead the party into another general election, i.e. he will step down as leader, but not right now. He referred to the process that will begin to find another leader for the Labour Party.
So it's interesting. I'm leaving, but not right away, is really what he's saying.
Sorry, just talking of leaders of the Labour Party, Sedgefield seems to have been gained by the Conservatives. That's a seat that was previously held by leader of the Labour Party, Tony Blair. So really interesting result there. Just as we've heard that one Labour leader standing down, the seat of a previous one has been gained by the Conservatives.
All right, stand by, everybody. Let's go to Nick Robertson. He just saw Boris Johnson walk in to his vote count locale, and also Phil Black, who is at the constituency of Jeremy Corbyn. Let's start with you, Phil, here. Interesting, because he's basically saying he won't lead his party in any re-election bid, but he's staying on.
Yeah, so the clear headline there, Hala, is that he is going, as we've been talking about all night, as a very likely outcome of the party's poor performance tonight. But it won't be immediate, not even imminent. He has said that he wants to start a process of reflection for the party so that it can learn the lessons from this experience and more thoughtfully choose its next leader. That said, he did not sound like a man who thought there are too many lessons to learn from this outcome tonight. He was certainly not a leader who is contrite or accepting responsibility for Labour's terrible performance. What he talked about instead was what he believed was the media's unfair treatment of him and his party. He talked about Brexit as an issue, polarising the nation and overriding everything else. And he continued to talk about how he believes his ideas, his policies, have widespread popularity across the country. So Jeremy Corbyn is going, but he is not accepting responsibility for the outcome which has seen his party score such a terrible result in this general election.
All right, Phil Black. Let's go to Nick Robertson. When do we expect to hear from Boris Johnson?
Yeah, a little less than 20 minutes or so. Boris Johnson and the other candidates, there are 12 of them total, including him, of Uxbridge and South Ruislip, have been called to the end of the counting hall. This means they'll be getting a debrief there before they come to the stage at this end of the hall, where you saw John McDonnell earlier. They'll line up behind the counting officer, and he will read out the results, as we have seen happening through the night. Boris Johnson walked right past me here. I asked him how he was feeling. He sort of did one of those things where he puts his head down and keeps walking. He didn't seem to want to comment. Of course, swarmed by flocks of journalists and security around him as well. Carrie Simmons, his partner, has been in the hall here looking at where he'll be giving his speech from. So the anticipation building now for that speech by Boris Johnson, how much he will step into the persona of a successful Prime Minister, having run a successful campaign, having come out of it on the other side very positively, or how much he will be a little cautious and just wait and bide his time for all the results. We'll see.